In blue, the Axis, represented by Too Much Effort. Let's see how the communication on both teams plays out. Who goes who? Seems like Curbs. No, wait, Gonzo pinked on the north, but Curbs already placed units there. Interesting. In the south. Okay, Gonzo goes to the south. It's like I think that's also the best territory for him, because he has a lot of open ground here. And yeah, the forest fight should go for 78 Storm, no matter against what division he goes up as well. Maybe 26 can hold against it, but with the Guardian APs in the right position, but yeah. And yeah, it's Lolly in the middle for the town fight. Some might also know him as Orfina Frederica von Eilstadt. Or which. But I will call him Lolly. Lolly. One time Lolly, always Lolly. Same goes for whatever this, however you pronounce this Welsh name. It's just Curbs, guys. It's just Curbs. Everyone here has really long names compared to what their old names are. Except Gonzo, who thinks with Gonzo. But yeah, Pixie. Following Pixie, I guess it's still fine, but yeah, Kato Megumi Zizi, it's just both of his names combined. A bit unnecessary there as well. And whoa, we're halfway there. Always gives me an earworm, and it's so annoying. Whenever I read this name, I'm like, yeah, I want to jam to it. But yeah. Yeah, no, we don't do it. Oceans. It's Oceans. So whenever I'm speaking about Oceans, it's whoa, we're halfway there. It's really the itch when you hear this name. I am. He got me. He got me. I got baited there. Not much positions just yet. As always, I will not talk too much about the units on the field, not analyze it too much before the game starts, and then just press pause, see where everything goes, and analyze that. Because you sadly cannot see the orders they give them before the game starts. But when the game starts, you can just choose the units, press control, and then you see the orders. So you can much better analyze it at that point. But yeah, no team really having any income advantage at any point. Real tight all over the game. Could go long, could go short. Both times running a bit out of steam in C-Phase, but both at least having one player with 170 income in C-Phase. So yeah, we will see how this goes. Should be a real fight about this skill. And not some cheese that wins, or some just win by income. Which still is skill because you have to survive till the early game, or you have to win the early game, even if you just play against Balanced and Juggernaut, as we saw yesterday. The coronavirus team do against the Bagel Pioneers when they played. First game they didn't do it. Second game they got the victory early on when the other team only played with Balanced and Juggernaut income. And yeah, third game it was a real struggle on both sides there. I haven't seen any game of Gonzo versus of the Too Much Effort team just yet. Were all casted by Angry Bird. I have watched into it a bit, but I haven't seen the whole thing. So, yeah. ZZ going into the middle. So that's Vanguard versus Vanguard in the middle. Then Balanced versus Balanced in the north. Oh no, it's Balanced versus it's Balanced versus Balanced. Yeah. And then Maverick versus Vanguard. So even there is like really the right matchups. Not the Vanguard player in the north against the Balanced player, where he has to break him or he will lose there in C-Phase, but really just the perfect matchups everywhere. But yeah, I really enjoyed how well the coronavirus team yesterday played as a team. Let's say if they can keep it up today as well. So yeah, ZZ, Gonzo. We are already 5 minutes in, so the game might start soon. I think there's a lot of setup already. ZZ is still lacking a couple of units, maybe? No. I think he also has nearly all his points deployed. Gonzo always a fast deployer. Already done for sure. As should Curbs with all the stuff he has up here. Some stuff of Lolly here as well. Lolly is a meticulous planner. He always analyzes his enemies. Like if you give him... He would be a perfect GSL player for StarCraft. And he's not as good in weekend tournaments because he cannot analyze his opponents. But if you give him 1 week to analyze how his opponent plays, he always gives a good match, no matter the skill difference, because he just searches for weaknesses in the enemy play and then tries to abuse that. Which I really like from a game style perspective. My favorite player in StarCraft 2 is SOS from Team Generic Green Rings. 2-time world champions, 2013, 2015. And yeah, he is also a player who is super good on analyzing players and getting prepared for it. For example, in the World Championship 2018, there was Maru, a Korean Terran player, and in that year he won all GSL tournaments, the highest television StarCraft tournament in the world, highest skill level, and in Korea, the top one, he won all 3 of those, and went into the World Finals as one of the favorites. Really killed it in the group stage, and then he went against SOS in the round of 8, and SOS really didn't look good in the group stage. Lost against Cyril, but he totally annihilated Maru in a 3-0 because he just analyzed his... Maru also was his teammate, you have to see that as well, so he had a lot of knowledge about Maru, and he just abused that to the maximum, countered all strategies of Maru 100% perfectly, and just got an easy, clean 3-0 victory in not even half an hour, I think it was. And everyone was just totally shocked. Everyone hoped for several Maru finals, and SOS just took that off the board. It was a great game. So yeah, and Lolly is kind of the same from his mentality. But he's not as... I guess SOS is one guy who's really easy-minded, and he never... While Lolly is a bit really always thinking about results, SOS, I guess they're a bit different. But when it comes to preparation, they're pretty similar. That's why both of them are also not that good, as good in weekend tournaments. Still good, but not as good. I think Low Rush is a pick you can do in team games because you have the support for the departments you lack in from your teammates, and you have really good infantry, rapid fire light tanks, and yeah, a good artillery and air support as well. Just you're dealing with heavy tanks, and like, I guess you don't have the perfect close quarter infantry as well, so yeah, in those departments you might want help from your teammates, but I think Low Rush is fine team game division. Tartalek isn't, but yeah, I think Low Rush is totally fine. So we're 10 minutes in now in setup. And nothing has really changed since minute 5, but yeah, both teams still ain't ready. Or at least one of them isn't. So yeah, time again to tell you about Angry Birds channel. You should check out Angry Birds if you want to see the third place match, because he will cover that. It's in the best of one. He will cover game 2 of this one as well, and if it comes to a decider match, I will cover that again. But yeah. By the way, is the music too loud or too low in volume? Let me know about that, because I'm always wondering about the in-game music. But yeah, here we go. So let's stop. Defensive setup here. Deep into the town, but not too deep. While Lolly goes really deep here. On the other side. Defensive setup. And aggressive setup against Curbs in the north. Pixie really trying to go for these two flags. Which I think is a good idea. Trying to get the hill early. Because getting up to a hill when there's a defensive setup later on is always really hard. Guns are relatively defensive, trying to go for the forest fight. We try to rear down Oceans there. No IS-2s so far. But yeah, a lot of infantry, a lot of channels, Guardia DPs. So I think Oceans really can take the fight there. But we have to see how it plays out. And yeah, Napalm Bomber to shut down the only real good road coming up to the north. Let's see if it comes in time. The Pioneers might get through before that. Oh no, Drake already taking them off the road, moving them over. Might get the kill here though. Pilot unconscious. No. But he at least stops the Mosquito from shutting down another road. So yeah, in the red, playing the Soviet side, Team Coronavirus, and in the blue, playing the Axis side, Team Too Much Effort. They're nearly getting up to this flag, but yeah. So yeah, he should be able to get to fight into the town. Curbs is. Has to be careful that he doesn't let any Soviet units coming in there. This is game 1, yeah. Yeah, Gonzo going for the fight here. IG opening the fire. And off-map already coming in. Where's the off-map actually? Wait, what did call in the off-map? Did he lose the off-map vehicle? He might have lost. So yeah, that's the only off-map he gets here. Wait, what does call in off-map in the 78th? And it was good as he got it? As he got a safe. Oh, and he got this flag. They lost a flag in the town. They lost a flag in the north. 2 flags in the north. So that's why we have it as 18-14. Yeah, might have been off-map plane. Did he lose it though, or did he call it back? No, I think if it would be low you would use it in the town, wouldn't you? To break through here. Real shame that Lolly didn't Lolly lost this flag. But yeah, 31 minutes, fine timer. I don't think this game will be decided by a takedown, easy takedown, but more by kill-death ratio and someone breaking the other team at some point. Hope it doesn't go too fast. Hope it will not be an easy game here. Really hoping for a like 30-40 minute game of constant struggle, with just one team getting the upper hand through to really great plays in the late game. Might want to try to get the headset here with T-34 actually, because yeah, only got transmission damage. But yeah, now you don't want to do it anymore after the AT gun is taken out. But whilst the AT gun was still firing, you might have wanted to try to get the side shot. Now he does it. CZ coming in too late here, not perfect timed. Gets the first shot off. But yeah, that's dangerous. I don't think you want to do that. Should lose to T-34 though, yeah, there goes the T-34. So that was a bad play by ZZ, for sure. Can't fight a T-34 directly. M42 getting tracks broken and gun jammed on the Stuk of Gonzo, so this Stuk is stuck. Bail out, all the crit words here. But no kill. Sturmschützen might get the kill on T-34 here. Nope, they're falling back. So the Guardia DP get the field again. Coronavirus is really... Okay, so... Oh no, it was actually the off-map of Lolly, okay. So yeah, it was... You were right. Wonder why he doesn't use it in the town, but here. Yeah, so now Oceans has to get out of there. 30 seconds, I think that was a misplaced off-map. I think he would have wanted to place it directly on the flag. Or like a bit more, like... But now... 5 Guardia DPs should be able to deal with 1 Sturmschützen. And yeah, they get all out of there before the off-map starts. Mosquito coming in. No AA here, but a fighter. So Mosquito has to be careful. And yeah, that you see, Pixie, who's playing in the north, brings in a fighter in the south to deal with Lolly, who's playing in the middle, Offman playing for the south. That's what I call team play. That's what I call a good 3v3 team play. So yeah, Pixie's push onto the hill didn't work out in the end. So he loses the 2 flags again, so it's up to a 17-15 again. But yeah, Pixie has his defensive setup over here. So it's not like he loses something that he shouldn't, he just gives Curbs back what he is rightfully his anyways. And it looks like there was some off-map usage for it. Or at least, yeah, or at least some mortar fire. At least a lot of artillery shells landed there, don't know from what. Might have been the mortar. Yeah, with 40 HE shells left, I think that was the mortar. Good mortar usage there. I think a couple of light tanks went down for a couple of T-34, so no, they're just moving over now. Don't know how much he lost, I think, but it was still pretty cost efficient for Gonzo, for Krups, I think. While the off-map down here did its job after all. Did he got to surrender on all the Guardias? What happened to all the Guardias? So that's a big blow. He lost just 4 Guardia DPs there. And that's his best firepower infantry he has. So losing 4 of them really, really hurts. Channels are cost efficient, but they don't have the firepower to hold in long firefights. You really need the Guardia DPs for that. And losing 4 of them is really bad. Mosquito coming in for the kill here. Gonzo now setting up an AA net. Yeah, Gonzo's infantry is just that bit better, especially if you don't have Guardia DPs anymore. More Guardia DPs coming up, but yeah, losing 5 that early on. They are not as numerous as other infantry units, so yeah, you cannot just replace them easily. Another IG getting killed by mosquitoes. As they're a fighter on one hand, but they're also having 420mm, so they really deal damage to ground units as well. Good split roll. Not perfect in the fighter department, but if you get something in front of you, you for sure kill it. Just the question is, can you get something in front of you because your agility just ain't that good. But same for ME410s, so pretty equal there in disguise, both having bad agility. No, ME410s even worse. They have very bad agility, so yeah, they really don't. You don't want to do dogfights with these guys. Boom and Zoom is the and yeah, Boom and Zoom it is. Going for the OB here. But just not getting low enough for the fire run. And now he has to run. And there's no AA set up just yet. Oh, the AA actually got pinned down here, so there was AA, but yeah, he has to run from the mosquitoes. You don't want to fight that fight against Yak Bees and 2 mosquitoes. Gets them out of there though. Good play by Curbs. Saving his ME410s. A lot of artillery usage here. And CZ gets more and more control over the town. Really, there's no building at the moment here for Lolly. He still has the entrance point in the south though, so at least he might come back into the town. But yeah, seems like he lost quite a couple of units here already. As the units of Pixie just... Oh no, Pixie comes in with this supply. Okay, so yeah, Pixie plus ZZ for sure outnumbers Lolly here heavily. And the mosquito runs killing IGs really makes it hard to suppress all these infantry units. IL-2 gets suppressed but kills the IG just before it could get repaired. Really unlucky there for Gonzo, but he at least gets the IL-2 killed in response. Panzerbüchse now coming in to deal with the T-34s down here. One of them really heavily critted, the other two also already critted as well. Might get the kill on this one, just not yet. But yeah, Gonzo really going for the thrust into the forest with his elite MP44 and MG42 infantry units. Double MG42s on the Schützen really help with dealing at most infantry units. And he has a leader and a commander, so those guys can get up to 2 stars really quickly. And then they just annihilate everything that is a moving target. Jarok's getting back here, so it's at 17-15 now for Gonzo's team. But Lolly has to start to trade efficiently. It's really at the moment on Lolly to... He doesn't have to win the town back, but he just has to start to trade efficiently. And stop losing units without killing stuff. As he loses another T-34 there. Both T-34s over here dead by now. Actually, I don't think that was his T-34, but yeah. The T-34s, they are going down. It's a shame. I think it was Kerp's T-34s. 6 more channels coming in here, 6 more channels coming in the south. ZZ really pulling the channel card there. I think channels were a really good addition to Steel Division 2. The Soviets really needed a cheap, efficient infantry unit. And they really got it with the channels. As they have solid medium cost infantry, but the Germans outclassed them in the top segment, so at least having something that can go toe-to-toe with the low-cost segment of the Germans as well was a good addition by Eugen. Germans having the elite infantry with the MP44 and the Panzer Grenadiers I'm totally fine with. As the Garde DPs are super good mid-tier, and the Streliki DPs are really good mid-tier infantry. Better than their mid-tier German counterparts in the Grenadiers, in my eyes. Garde DPs owe a lot of their strengths to their PTRD as well. It's not just them being good in infantry fights, where they are like totally fine, but especially those AT rifles killing German half-tracks, killing German autocannon cars. Really helpful. Lolly finally bringing in the off-map in the middle, as he realizes there's a lot of infantry here. And yeah, he doesn't want to lose the bridge. I think that's the right spot now. Should get it out alive. Yeah, I think Kerp's at the moment actually the one who loses the most units on the German side by throwing in T-34s a bit too mindlessly. While Gonzo really putting the pain onto Oceans in the south. But now it's Oceans with the off-map, so maybe he might make a big surrender. Needs a mortar though to help out here. IS-2 coming up. There's not much to counter just yet, but we're in B phase, so I think there should be Nashorns available now for Gonzo as he plays Vanguard. And he also sets up an artillery park to start the fight. One thing Coronavirus never did in none of their games, playing with artillery, so maybe they do it because they really dislike artillery, maybe they think it's not good. I don't know what the reason for it is, but they just never used artillery in any of their games. Even when they play with balanced income. Like mortars, yeah, but no heavy artillery. Only off-map and mortars. And yeah, there comes in another off-map. And I think it's a fair strategy, but it's just like, in the long run, the artillery will just destroy you if you don't get your push through. At the moment, Lolly is doing a good work installing the push in the middle. Yeah, it's Kerps who should look out for his T-34s. stop losing them to ISUs and IS-1s. As T-34s are really outclassed by the tanks on the Soviet side here. Which is kind of funny, T-34s being outclassed by the Soviets. Oh, you good AA net now set up by Lolly and Curbs. Killing planes before they even get their bomb loadout. Like you have a solid AA net if you kill a plane that flies back, and you know you have a really good AA net if you kill planes coming in. I mean, down here you could still bomb it, but there's already a 40mm AA gun as well. Wonder if Lolly brings out any Nimrods. I really like Nimrods. They are beasts. Storm Tiger now from Mr. Curbs to make big boom in the town. Let Lenina look like it's Warsaw all over again. Yeah, I think Nimrods are just too good to not use them. Oh! Oceans, I think, making a bit of a misplay there by bringing in the 37mm that far. Now bringing in units piecemeal. Pixie helping out with some infantry here as well. As this infantry fight is just so bloody. Did the IS-2 die? I think the IS-2 died. No, the IS-2 is in the south, okay. Was already like, how did you lose it? So now we have off-map in B-phase. 203mm really dealing. That's the second one. I think they can get 4 of 84th. And I would think we will see all 4. But yeah, really good artillery usage out of Gonzo here, dealing with the AA guns. Nearly killing both. Oh no, not nearly killing both, but yeah, really doing a lot of damage to both. And rendering the AA setup useless for now. A lot of pack guns and stuff as well up here now, so this road, every reinforcements coming up this road are in danger of getting killed before they unload. That's why Oceans is throwing in all his infantry in the town here, but that makes him an easy target for any artillery fire, so yeah, Gonzo really playing this well over here. Maybe the Oceans might want to bring in some IS-2s over here to try to push here, but yeah, even that is dangerous against Pak-43s. And yeah, Gonzo for sure has them in his deck, I think. And yeah, now after they forced back the AA with artillery, they come in with the bombers to deal with the infantry. Really good play there. And yeah, Lovash has pretty good bombers with his Ju-88s. Here we go. That should pin down a lot. So all these infantry units pinned down, one gets killed. Should allow Gonzo to hold this leg. We're back to 1616. And Pixie's slowly but surely setting up another push in the north, but I don't think he can push into this at all without off-map artillery or air bombardment. And air bombardment is hard right now as well, as there's not too much AA in the north, but yeah, they could bring it up anytime. Another off-map into the town. ZZ really good in keeping his tanks alive. After the first loss of a T-34 to a Jagdpanzer, but since then I don't think any of his tanks have died. T-34-85 of Pixie died here, but yeah, that's... oh no, off. So, what? Oceans had a T-34-85 here. Interesting, yeah, they really play combined arms in the middle all the time. Just like in the last game we saw. Always pushing together into the town. So yeah, you see Pixie's Shermans over here. A lot of ZZ's unit here. ZZ Commander. Pixie AA. Yeah, Ocean's T-34-85 earlier. Really good communication on the Russian side there. Gonzo's just doing Gonzo's things here. Coming in again with the artillery fire. Pinning down all the infantry. So now we have a lot of OBs. I guess Ocean Springs has them in the B-phase card, so you can get 8 of them. And his AA is active again now. They have a lot of stressed out infantry units on both sides here. Getting a surrender here, that's helpful. But yeah, off-map now striking. Might take out the commander. Takes out the commander, that's a big blow. Now all the infantry units have 1 star less when they get engaged than they had before. So that was a good off-map already for that. And yeah, pins down a lot of other units as well. 205mm off-map is one of the most cost-efficient ones. As it really can kill stuff, it really pins down everything. And it's not as expensive as 380mm ones. Yeah, Pixie playing the off-map game in the middle as well for a long time by now. You don't want to fight the PEC 40 over here, I think, with the KV-8. But you for sure want to fight P4s and P34s with it. Gets the flag again, but yeah, it's a 16-16. Both teams really fighting blow for blow. Pixie now going for the rush, but there's a PEC 38 and an IG, so I don't like this at all. He should really unload it. This one is force unloaded. Okay, yeah, lucky for him there. Not losing it to PEC 38. Yeah, it's just so much fire on both sides. Gonzo consistently using his artillery onto the AAA. Really well done there. Ocean's now also bringing in mortars. So yeah, the Soviets really only playing with mortars. With their big tubes. But not with the large tubes. Germans like their large tubes. 79mm. 100mm in the north. Okay, that's not a really German tube there. It's SK-18. Must be an Austrian production. Too small for Germans. Yeah, in the south, off-map artillery. But Gonzo keeps the flag for himself. And the IS-2s don't do much just yet. 2 on the map. But we're in C-phase now, so IS-2s cost you more than 2 minutes of income. Or 2 minutes of income, the 160 points one. So really hard to bring them in numbers. Pixie is now the one with the high income. And Pixie is also the one who reinforces a lot into the middle. That's, I think, 20 rifle squadrons. ZZ with 6 Guardia DPs, or some Guardias and Guardia DPs. And KV-1s. So yeah, the Soviets really going for the push now. I think they want to try to break this position, but there's just so much here. Tiger that dealt with the KV. And yeah, by now CZ lost a lot of his tanks actually. Brings in another KV, brings 2 more up here. More Shermans coming in. KV-85 in the north as well. But yeah, it's really hard for Pixie to get this hill back without any artillery support. So I really like the position of the Germans a bit more here. With this artillery park getting more and more established. Only the commander being dead hurts a lot. As the one for Oceans is still alive. As is the one for ZZ. The commander of the Hungarians is alive as well. Don't see another. Yeah, don't see a third commander from Perps. Don't see a third one for the Soviets either though, but they have 2 commanders against just 1. And yeah, the advantage in the south is something that really helps them in these infantry engagements, I think. In the long run. Off-map a bit off target. I think he would rather put it like here so it can hit all the infantry. Was a bit misplaced there by Pixie. I mean, it's a big off-map, so yeah, it could have really annihilated this whole blob here, but it will not now. Maybe mortar fire pressing them into it. It's a bit uncoordinated. If the mortar fire forces them back into it and then they get annihilated, that's great. But I think the mortar fire will take a bit too long to force them back into it. As the off map starts now, and now they're all just pinned down, but just a bit too late. Those two units should be blasted, but well, takes out another leader unit here. So yeah, 120mm mortars really can hurt your infantry if they hit directly, but yeah, if the infantry would have been hurt by 381mm off map, that would have been even more painful. And the infantry numbers go down real low for Mr. Oceans here. Bringing in 4 more Strashniki squads, that's good. But yeah, off map has to be careful here as well for Pixie. Don't want to lose that squad, as Artillery by now fires on target. Seems to be firing as counter battery. Gets on another one, but again, this time even closer, but still off target. Yeah, they get counter battery here, so it might be okay. Loses the Dushka there. At least they don't lose the 381mm. But the mortar should die at some point. Yeah, it's 1915. And there's just so much now coming in from Pixie now really trying to push the north, but yeah, that's just such a good setup here. Don't think he should be able to do that. And this infantry, where's all the infantry? They are all already dead? I mean, actually, there's still a lot of infantry, but not. They brought in like 20 squads, and to addition of the 10s that were already here. So that's like 15 squad remaining, so they lost a lot of squads there, I think. Maybe in transport, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of the rifles and Guardias already dead that they put in as reinforcements. Maybe they went a bit too far here and died in anti-tank fire. Strapnicki starting to lose the fight here against the Sturmschützen. And yeah, really the infantry numbers are what is the issue for Oceans at the moment, I think. As he cannot follow up the off-map and 120mm mortar artillery fire he brings in, and his mortars just will die over time to the artillery setup of Gonzo. Yeah, 90 minutes is still a long time till they die, but don't really see a way out here for the Soviet side. Finally, the off-map mortar comes in, so that's a way to break this position. Yeah, those two flags. Overall, the complete hill would be. I think yeah, that's the way that they should push more. But I don't know if Pixie has enough to follow it up anymore. Up here, yes, I guess he has enough rifle squads if everything gets pinned down here. But he loses his Shermans already in droves. Only one Sherman up here still alive. Sees he hasn't moved his KV forward yet. And this Sherman goes down now as well. So yeah, he doesn't have a tank anymore to help us push up here. Finally IS-2 coming up, but there's also not enough AA to stop Ju-87 G2s from killing those units. Okay, gets Bomber here, that's a good catch from ZZ. Killing a Bomber of Lolly there. Nasser now in the south to deal with any IS-2s that get too close for comfort. Yeah, this artillery fire out of Gonzo is just so devastating. Wonder why he always brings them back. This is just for the kill-death ratio? Because they have radios. So no real point in not having them at the front line. You can use them as spotters, you can use them as... But maybe it's just Ocean Sprout and fear for a bad kill death ratio if he loses them after they fired all their shots. Because really there's no point in bringing them back there. Rather let them catch a German bullet. Let them waste their ammunition. Maybe find a position of a tank or an anti-tank gun through it. So 29 minutes in, and we're back to a 16-16, with Pixie taking this position up here. But he has to bring in the next off-map round now. Now, actually, it should hit now. It couldn't just come in now. And yeah, takes the small variant. I think he should take the big variant now. That comes in faster. 45 seconds are too long. And Lolly and Curb slowly but surely pushing back into the town, getting a position there. ZZ bringing up a lot of stuff though. But yeah, really the artillery park finally getting set up in the top as well. Should kill the units of Soviets slowly but surely. So they need to get to 17, 15 at least at some point soon. Because I can't see them going for a 60-minute game and 60-minute win, but yeah. Don't want to get this into a 1 hour 30-minute game, because by then you really lose a lot of stuff. I mean, I guess it will be good for viewer numbers on the stream, as they slowly but surely tick up, but yeah. We'll be back for the Soviets as well, for sure. And again, Pixie not really on spot with his off-map. Might get the kill on the tanks with it. But yeah, it's not on the infantry, so he cannot push in with his infantry. Oh, it actually hits the infantry, okay. And yeah, kills two rounds, so that's a good blow. Fall back on the tanks. So might I... Yeah, he was lucky on getting the hit on all the HG Pioneers there. As by forcing them back, you might be able to get into the town. You might capture this flag. Bringing in a lot of stuff. 2 IS-2s out of Oceans there. But yeah, another G2 coming up. Let's see if they react in time this time, or if they'll lose another KV of ZZ. So yeah, all 3 players in the north again. Really good combined arms there. But they lose another flag somewhere. Wonder where. Okay, they lost this flag again. And now it's Curbs with Tigers and Panzer IIs and Yak Panzers trying to get into the town, and Stuarts will not stop that. They might actually be able to get the Panzer IV killed, but the Tigers, they cannot really stop. And there's more Panzer IIs and Yak Panzers. And 7 Turans? Oh, it's a real lolly game. 7 Turans, that's just... That's a real lolly spam there. Choo choo, the lolly train is coming into town. I mean, I don't see Oceans winning the southern fight anymore. Not against all the artillery fire. He lost his 2 mortars up here as well. Yeah, the off-map was just not in point from Pixie. If they would have cleaned out the forest, he might have been able to push through with his infantry, but by now, yeah. Thanks for the follow, Maxwell ID. Much appreciated. Sherman's taking the engagement in the north against the Panzer Force. But yeah, the Ju-87 got the KV-8. That's an annoying loss for ZZ there, for the Soviets. And another loss. Yeah, pretty sure they... At the moment it looks pretty good, I think, for the Axis. Actually, they lost a couple of units here again. Yeah, it's both sides taking heavy losses, but I think it's... Thanks to the artillery, they slowly but surely get rid of more forces than they lose. And yeah, Oceans cannot really push in here. He needs mortar fire or something. But he only has one mortar left, so yeah. And that's not even firing over here. That's just getting rid of this forest. Nice to annihilating 3 Ersatztruppen there. Soviets getting this flag back down here, so it's 29 minutes, but and if they can hold it for 29 minutes, as I said, for 1 hour game they might be able to go, but I don't think they'll be able to go in the full distance on anything over 1 hour. Yes, they're losing all their mortar support. They run out of off map. I think they have one more off map left up here. Now they have an IS-2 up here that should be able to deal with all the Panzer Force, but they have to be setting it up in the AA net, and they still haven't got a second AA gun. In fact, the 6-pounder should actually easily deal with the Panzer Force. Yeah, bail out on the first one. But yeah, one more AA gun in the north is desperately needed, and by now every AA gun that fires can be pinned down with artillery. IL-2 getting forced back. Should die here. Or does it actually? No, it doesn't, but yeah. Oh! Gonzo having a second commander, that's important. We're having a second commander who has extra veterancy on all his infantry. Actually, his infantry units go down pretty they're low as well now. But that was a heavy hit on the infantry of Oceans. It gets really low as well. He hasn't brought in any lately. Bringing in another commander now. And he still has his another leader. He still has his commander, which is really important. And has 2 rifle squads of Pixie down here. I guess Pixie will have 2 cuts or 3 cuts of rifles, so that's really helpful. Oh wow, the G2 getting the frontal instant kill. Yeah, that's why I said you need more AA over here. 1 Bofors doesn't cut it against the G2. But yeah, the G2 and IL-2 guess back, or just a mistake that they can penetrate IS-2s and Tigers and so on frontally, or King Tigers frontally is really annoying. But yeah, the Corps just abused the game mechanic there, perfectly killing an IS-2 off. And yeah, you can't really afford IS-2s anymore. I don't know if he even has any left. Oceans, that is, so that leaves us with just 1 IS-2 in the north. Some more Shermans coming in, and all the Panzer IIs died, the Panzer IVs died, so the tank advantage is for sure on the side of Pixie and his Soviet allies, but and the town fight is still a massacre for both sides. Turan number getting real low, down to 3 out of 7, and Shermans just deal with them easily. Yeah, even the infantry number here gets pretty low by now as well, but as I said, the artillery should win the game in the long run. And as a 16-6, it is a 16-16. Maybe the artillery will run out of ammunition at some time. We don't know how many artillery supply trucks they have, but as I know Curbs as someone who loves the artillery spam and the artillery game, pretty sure he has a C card of ammunition, so that's 8 trucks, a B and a C card, so I think overall like 12 trucks there, and then the trucks that you have your artillery in, so that's like 20 trucks or something, I would guess. Or at least 1 C card and then the supply trucks. Yeah, Lolly has supply with his artillery and then 1 B card, but I don't know if he has C-phase supply. And I think B and artillery supply can bring you onto a 60-minute game, but in a 1 hour 30-minute game you need those C-phase supply trucks. And yeah, that's the question if they have it there. The plane going down. I missed what color it had. Just saw it dying there. That's an ME, or what is it? Or an IL-2? No, it's a Yak 9. Is that right? No, it's a JU. It's a Ju-87. Wow, that's a lot of pixels on very low graphics. I think I might bring it up too low again. Oh, Pixie now going for the rush onto the battery up here. That unload, unload, unload. He doesn't unload in time. That's and he doesn't move. Pixie, why not microing this? But where does that? That was the Andrew Yusha, right? That pinned down everything up here. Come on, Pixie, move your rifles. But yeah, that's already a lot of infantry getting killed here, a lot of stuff getting killed here. But yeah, you really want to kill the Pak 40 and the Pak 34, especially with the Pak 44 opening fire now. Damn, Pixie. Loader killed there. If he would have moved up the second rifle earlier, he would have already pinned down the Pak 34, but he didn't, and that's a big mistake that costs the ISU its life. And now a lot of Fujaroks coming up, so the Pak 34 might not even die here. Big miss micro there by Pixie. That might actually be the game changer here. Not moving up the rifles. Gets the Pak 44 at least, but yeah, if the ISU would have survived, they might have been able to clean up the whole hill. That was a big mistake. They still killed quite a lot, but it was just a 1-1 trade, I think, in the end. Ooh, and yeah, I think another Ju-87 cleaned up the north, cleaned up the IS-2. Both Germans dead as well. Don't know to what they died, but I'm pretty sure the IS-2 died to another Ju-87. So the lack of AA really starting to bite the Soviet team here. Not the last command. No, there's another command Stuk. But yeah, once the command Stuk going down here to an IL-2, that's a big blow. And yeah, both sides are still having some infantry left here. Now Pixie bringing in a lot of rifles to support Oceans here. It brings up a lot of Guardias and Stropnikis. But the Stropnikis should be held by the artillery fire of Gonzo. And the naval weapons should force those down over here. Another IL-2 37mm coming in. But he loses sight onto the Stuk. So he brings it back. Sherman killing the Nashorn. Nashorn really not good at dealing with any other tank than an IS-2. Like really not efficiently trading for anything that fires fast. More Guardia DPs coming up. 76mm opening fire on the Tiger again. But at this range he doesn't have the real penetration power to deal with it. And artillery coming in again to pin it down as well. And yeah, there it goes, being pinned. Lolly asking for help up here. Another Pak 43 might go to its death. It's a 17-15, back to a 16-16. Yeah, really, really close game here. Both sides making a real meat grind out of this game. Rifles opening fire on the Pak 43, but getting engaged by Hujarok and the Tiger tank, so the Pak 43 should survive those rifles. Might die to these ones though, as these will be out of fire of the Hujaroks and the Tiger. Pixie microing these this time. And yeah, both rifles engaging the Pak 43. And that goes down real quick as it's still moving. Finally settling down, but yeah. This makes it at least a bit more resilient, but already down to 2-3 men. Disengages now. Down to 1 man. will survive the fallback. Seems to be stuck now, and it goes down. Gyrox should revenge it, but still losing 2 Pack 43s over here, really hurtful. Rants and Stux coming in to push over the open field, I guess. Yeah, the artillery pack out of Gonzo just did so much work in the south. And Curbs setting up more artillery in the north. Is the Andreyusha still alive? I think they might have gotten the Andreyusha with their counter battery. No, the Andreyusha is back here from ZZ. 12 planes from both sides now coming in. J7 getting forced back though, and might get killed here by the X. Should be getting killed. IL-2 gets the kill, but will pay for that with its life as well, I think. Or does it actually? Might actually get out of the life because the enemy will not get it behind it before it gets pinned down. Fokker Wolves might do the job, but they have a Yak 9 on their tail. And they're real deep now. So this Fokker Wolf should get the kill, but it might pay for it with its own life. Oh no, the IL-2 gets out, and the Fokker Wolf will die. So the air war going in favor of the Soviets here. Something they really need. Oh, and it doesn't die. Okay. Yak 9B disengages. Might still die to the Bofors as it's directly flying over it. Fuel tank leak. Nope, gets out alive as well. But heavily damaged. And the IL-2 got out alive, which was really important. And the Ju-87 G2 didn't. Can the Guardians hold out? Doesn't seem like it. They should surrender. Yeah. Weren't able to hold out long enough for the CIS to stun them. PE3 coming in the south. But there's 2 flak feelings now. So yeah, gets off 1 bomb, 2 bombs. So it gets out of the bomb load, but dies, pays it with its own life for it. And Oceans has to react now. Come on. Push over the field now. Yeah. Start moving. While you still at least have 2 units pinned down and the 3rd one nearly pinned down. Gets the flag down here. That's the 1715 again. As they have this flag up here. Up north. It's both in a deadly stalemate still. These 6 spawners, I think, did a lot of work. Yeah, they're both real low on shells. This one is just having 1 more AP shell left. And yeah, at this point in the game, if you know your enemy has so much artillery, you really have to move your AA constantly. Cannot let the enemy target down your artillery, or your AA. And yeah, artillery of Gonzo holds the line again, coming in just in time. So the bomber of Oceans died for nothing here. Naval Warfare coming in as well, gets the kill on 2 infantry units. And now Gonzo might be even able to get this forwards back. And that brings it back to a 16-16. What a massacre of a game. Sherman opens fire. Guardian DPs might get a kill here on the Panzer IV, but he gets the kill on the first onto the Sherman. Ju-87 G2 coming in again, trying to get the IS-2, doesn't get it though. But there's 2 more bombers coming in for the IS-2. Everyone. Poor IS-2 being the target of everything again. And not having the support he needs. You can't be the carry alone if your team is shit. Gotta learn that the hard way, I guess. Doesn't get killed just yet. And one Yak B might get... Yeah, Ju-88 goes down. So that's worth the life of a one Yak B. 2 IL-2s coming in. 1 Panzer IV going down. Trying to get back out before the ME arrives. But I think the ME will get one killed. This AA just ain't there in time. When the second one has its pilot panicked. Oh no! No, that's not where you want to go! Oh, that's real bad. G2 coming back in again. AA opening fire, doesn't get the kill again. And might die for it. It's already trailing black smoke. Yeah, goes down. So that's a lot of G2s down for... That might be all the G2s that Curbs has in his deck. It might have been the last one. So that makes the life of an IS-2 much safer. And there's still 2 of them here. Thanks for the host, Angry Birds. That brings us above 60 viewers again for today. Yep. So who won the 3rd place match? Rifles up here. A lot of Guardia DPs coming in. This game now going on for 50 minutes. Thanks for the follow, August. Okay, Bagel Pioneers. Was it the close match or was it pretty one-sided? Did they go for the long game strategy again or did they go for the rush? Bagel Pioneers. Because they can play both. I really enjoyed the long game strategy. A lot of rifles here now. KV and Sherman coming up as well. Okay, yeah, so were they German or Soviet? Was there a nice corporate play out of Nicholas Fricke? Solving Pixie now going here for the German attack. Yeah. But yeah, there's really little tanks left in the north. There were so many tanks killed over here. There's 1 Panzer IV and 1 Sherman. 2 Shermans. Now after this one finally got repaired. I think it got like transmission destroyed in the first 5 minutes or so. And now after 45 minutes being AFK, it finally is back into the action. And somehow Oceans got this forest back. And it's still a meat grinder down here. With finally Lolly helping Gonzo out, as Gonzo might have been running out of infantry by now. Maybe Gonzo run out of everything. His decks always lack a bit of depth, I think. Lolly bringing in more stuff. 2 more Ju-87s actually coming in. 1 out of Lolly, 1 out of dealing with the Shermans. KV going for the run. That might die here. IL-2 coming in as well. Another plane going down over here. This Ju-87 should go down. Or at least one of them. Yeah, this one goes down. This one just survives. But Storm Tiger is still alive. And yeah, the IL-2 goes down as well. So yeah, really bloody match here. And finally, some artillery. This time from Pixie. They take off the bandages, Rock Lee style. They said, okay, playing with no artillery stones around our legs and our arms was good training, but you are a worthy opponent. So my master allowed me to take off the bandages, drop the no artillery play, and finally give you some of your own style, Gara. And yeah, I am a Naruto fan. Or I was a Naruto fan. Thanks to my brother. He doesn't use it just yet, though. Maybe he has his own counter battery? I guess he has some yeah, that looks like counter battery. Oh no, actually not. No, he actually uses them manually. Not a... Well, my brother lives 800 kilometers away, so pretty hard to get him into the stream. And yeah, he's none of us nerds anymore. Nearly 30 years old by now. Has a little kid. Marries this year. His good years are over. Stravnicki trying to kill the STK for that, might get the kill there. Nearly pinned down, but yeah. And yeah, this push slowly but surely gets it into the town. IL-2 failing to... Getting the kill on the... No, I think that was the Stravnicki. Does the IL-2 get out alive here? Is the question. I think it... No, it doesn't. But the ME-109 might pay for it with its life as well. Yeah. There it goes. Focke-Wulf trailing black as well. So yeah, this ain't no air map anymore, guys. With both sides having just too much AA by now. And artillery finally starting to do its job. Yeah, this game, it's 12 minutes. That brings us over 1 hour. If it stays at a 17-15. I could see it coming back to a 16-16 any second. Andrei coming back in. Might be able to get the Jagdpanzer. Gets the Jagdpanzer. Not 100% on target, but yeah. Unlucky that he didn't got the flak feeling here. Artillery over here kills the half-track. Pins down a lot of other stuff. So reinforcing over the bridge will get hard. Whilst all these artillery fires onto it. Is the counter active? No. No side just yet counter batterying. IS-2 kills one Stuk down here. Gonzo trying to go for the kill. But there is a lot of AA. Yeah, doesn't get the bombs out and should die here. No country for old planes. Oh, second plane come in. Okay, they get the bombs off. But surely dies for it, yeah. No country for old planes here. And it doesn't even get the kill on the IS-2. Wait, that's the Recce with a 2-inch mortar on it? I've never seen these guys used. But they seem to be pretty effective in dealing with infantry. If they get in range. Oh, flak feeling dying here as well. I think Gonzo's really out of stuff. And he should lose this by now. And I don't know why he moves the flak feeling that far forward. Yeah, they should try to hold this line now. Ju-87 coming in again. Still doesn't get the kill on the IS-2. Second IS-2 back here helps out again. IS-2, IL-2 gets down. Another IL-2 died over, or another bomber died over here. Ju-87 gets killed as well. Doesn't get the kill on the Firefly either, and another Stuk dies. Nashorn here waiting, but Nashorn doesn't get in range to get any kills on the IS-2 either. So yeah, this IS-2 really takes the beating. But it doesn't want to go down just yet. Oceans should micro those IA pieces back though. And yeah, the IL-2s are just suicidal as well. The AA net just is too good in the north. With the flak feeling getting killed in the south, you might... No, there's still one flak feeling and one 37mm, or... Yeah. I think there was a Nimrod here as well? Yeah, and a Nimrod. So yeah, you really don't want to... you don't want to fly in here either. Only LE where you can maybe fly in is here, but nothing here is worth bombing. And yeah, the deadly stalemate in the north. Pixie not still using artillery fire to kill Flak 41s now. And still no side going for the counter battery. Yeah. IS-2 recovers. This one should be... No, it's not even really Flag. More IS-2s coming in. So yeah, that's the alleyway that can come in. IL-2s, I mean. Oh, you want to fly head-ahead? No, why you not go for the head-ahead here? No fighters on the side of the Soviets anymore, it seems like. IL-2 still survives. Nearly getting a Focke-Wulf killed. But radiator overheating, so it's out of control and it's... Mate, you're flying into the wrong direction. That's not your spawn. You can't capture the airfield all on your own. He realizes it's his mistake now, but it's too late. ME-109 gets the shutdown there. At least his two brethren are still alive back here, searching for a spot to attack the Germans in. And it's back to a 16-16. So guys, we are in for the long one. Well, I think the 2-inch mortar on the... I think that's the one you had in Steel Division Normandy 44. But there was a 700-meter mortar that could fire indirect. And now it's a direct mortar fire thing. I don't know what this Sherman is actually firing upon. What is over here? Einsatztruppen trying to get over. Both being forced to fall back. Su-76 coming in. But that's the direct fire one, that's not the PT one. No artillery. Still no artillery usage other than Pixie for the Soviet side. More PTs coming in. They can be really good or really bad. But they're pretty cheap, so yeah. Oh wow, what? Pixie, what were you doing there? It was... And wow, okay. So let's count how long a shell needs from here to the other side of the map. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 seconds to arrive on the other side of the map. Well, but they can't fire one on the whole map. Yeah. And that's good. This gives them the flag back. This gives them the 17, 15 they needed. And it's 25 minutes, guys. That's the 1.5 minute hour game I talked about. Like half an hour ago. But now, ooh. They might lose all the artillery for this push. They found us, guys. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's ugly Kurps going for the counter battery. As he always does. This ugly fuck. No. Like, they went faster than this. August, they usually go like 40 minutes. 20 to 40 minutes. Or like 30 to 40 minutes, I guess. Like everything above an hour is real long. The gas average is like 35-40 minutes. Well, they do. No, we don't have a sitting game. That's the thing, Type to Collision. They both attack constantly. And what do you want? That people throw away units like mindlessly? It's always some stuff firing in the south, in the north, planes coming in from both sides all the time. It's not a sitting game. It's just that there's no time limit. What is the issue? But yeah. Well, those actually on the river map I usually tend to go faster from my knowledge, because one side just throws in and either they win or they lose. Thanks for the follow, Koritska. Much appreciated. But yeah, Time to Collision, both sides still attack, but yeah, why should you like mindlessly throw stuff in? They both do what they can do and take the losses they have to take, like the Nashorn here going down. The strong do what they have to do, and the weak suffer what they have to suffer. Or no, how goes the line again? Forgot about it. But looks like finally they took back the flag in the south, so it's 8 more minutes on the 17-15. But yeah, Curves by now maybe could push here. But there's still a Sherman, there's still a 6-pounder, and he doesn't have the armor support. He could use it if he would retarget his artillery. I guess he could break this position, but he doesn't do that. So yeah. And if he pushes in here, there's a couple of tanks he has really get easy targets for the IL-2s, and I think by now they run out of tanks. I'm pretty sure Curbs is out of tanks by now, and they still have one IS-2 to deal with here. And it's Fireflies and stuff, so yeah, you don't want to throw your couple of tanks you still have away mindlessly. The Nebelwerfer really did a lot of work for Gonzo here. Always killing a couple of infantry units with every fire run. What Canadians add to 3v3? Shit ton of infantry that is cost efficient with rifles. 25-pounders that are expensive but do the job, as you can see here. Oh no, that's actually Pixie. Yeah, no, that's actually the bigger ones. But yeah, the artillery of them is pretty solid. And Fireflies, which are really good tanks. And yeah, Shermans and Fireflies. So yeah, that's what they add mostly. And some good autocannon cars, but yeah, for rushes. But yeah, you don't rush that much in team games. So I guess another Sherman falls down here. So yeah, now it may be on the time for Curbs to push. But even if he pushes, he has to get to this river. And yeah, this river point is so easy to defend from this ridge out. So I think both teams hitting rock bottom by now in their unit numbers. And I haven't seen Gonzo bringing in any new units lately. Lolly always had some stuff later on, but yeah, Turans shouldn't do it anymore. Turans can actually die to the PTRDs. Turans die to Shermans super easily. They got rid of most of the Shermans, but even the SUs should win the fight there. 6 SUs now here. But I haven't seen any reinforcements from ZZ lately either. So I think ZZ is out of stuff as well. So this game might really about who has stuff left in the end. Oh, you're right. The 381mm off-map fired by Queen Elizabeth battleships is also real helpful. And yeah, Queen Elizabeth battleships can reach from the beaches of Normandy into the fields of Russia and White Russia. You know, British battleships OP and so on. I'm eating tortellinis, cheese tortellinis with some nice tomato sauce that I made myself before the game, and then realized I don't have the time to finish it actually before the game starts. And another Ju-88 going down here. But at least it delivered its bombs load. No, it survives. That's a new thing. That's lucky. Or is it? Damn, it's still on fire, but yeah, it survives. And now the counter battery fire hits hard. And still all 4 guns are alive. He wants to move them now, though. Doesn't get a kill. And we're back to a 16-16, guys. Now finally Bofors guns arriving at the front line, where they're supposed to be. 6-pounders moving over the open field. Don't know if that is the best idea. And the Bofors getting actually pinned down by planes. Killed off by planes? No. Just survives. But yeah, back to a 16-16. Supply trucks. I think that's the last units that Mr. Oceans has. So yeah, CZ and Oceans out of stuff. Because you usually don't pack stuff for 1 hour 10 game if you play both Vanguard and Maverick. You usually want to have before that. Germans going for the final push here, but actually it might be the wrong strategy because I think they still have a couple of units, or maybe they might be out of stuff by now as well. Don't know. So maybe they have to do the push. They killed a lot of SUs actually. I think they killed all the SUs. But now they're getting into IL-2 range, and oh wow, the sniper! That's really the last stuff you got. Yeah, it's the stuff you bring out when you don't have anything left. And IL-2 is now coming in to deal with the Turans. Getting only 1 killed. Damn, Dio. Does this one get out alive at least? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, all IL-2 pay for it with their life. Just for this final run. Firefly deals with 1 at a time. But yeah, the sniper's being really the last effort here. What is the 6-pounder firing on actually? Oh, it's killed the Panzer. T-26. And now we're at the 17-15. 3 minutes 50 left, guys. What a mess of a game. Great play by both sides, but it's really, by this point, it's just so crazy. Snipers actually might kill the AA here. Yeah, I think they will do. At least force it back. Don't know how much damage they actually do to try, but yeah, they kill it. 6-pounder should be able to deal with the Toldi. And there's more Toldis, yeah, that's what I expected out of Lolly. Lolly doesn't run out of stuff early. Lolly always has something in the backhand. And if it's just Toldis, Lolly is packed for 1 hour 60-minute game. Artillery of guns are being hit now by artillery. And they really need to flag back for the 16-16. So it's a good choice to go for that. Because I don't see them getting any other flag in the next 3 minutes. Some more rifles out of Pixie. So Pixie at least has some stuff left. And Cutty also bringing in his last step. More sniperies. 1 more Bofors from Pixie. Lolly is on the left side. Lolly is playing the Hungarians here. With Holdy. He is Orphan Frederick von Elstad in this game. No, it's not counter battery. Pretty sure they did. At least previously he did a lot of auto targeting. Maybe he does auto battery now. I'm pretty sure he didn't do before. Maybe by now he turned it on. Yeah. And it's back to a 16-16, guys. The Soviets finally got break. And actually, ZZ has stuff left. ZZ has rocks left. Did they just waited for it? Did they just wanted to let the enemy think that they don't have anything left? As Pixie brings in rifles and Vickers as well. There's a mortar. This mortar can be really useful to get this back. You don't want to use this to the anti-tank guns. Pixie, ZZ, watch out! Guys! Unload! Whew. Mortar opening fire. Yeah, that's what you want to target. Firefly going down. It's a bit of a shame. Ju-88 should go down as well. Two Bofors at 85mm fire. Doesn't do it yet. Actually survives. Okay. And devastating artillery barrage here. Vickers gets unloaded. And it's back to... They need a flag. And they need one badly. "37 seconds. Can they get any flag? South? Ooh, they're so close. Move it, guys. 20 seconds. Get in here. 16 seconds. Get a pin on one, but doesn't get the second Schützen. And they lose the plane for it. Second Schützen are just in too good of a position. And it's back to 16-16. And back to a 15. Oh my god, this game is so close. Ooh, and it's over. Whew. Nailbiter end there again. What a massacre. Pixie killing 8,000 and losing 8,000. Curbs being the MVP of the game with just 50 points more there. And yeah, Lolly killing 5,000, losing 5,400. Here, the Oceans being on the receiving end, as is easy, but yeah, great game out of both sides. And that was just the first game, guys. So yeah, I will send you over now to another guy because I need a break after this one. I really need a break. And yeah, next game will be over at Mr. Lovely Angry Birds channel. So yeah, I don't know if he has it set up just yet. But yeah. So yeah, this kill list goes on forever. That's oh no, the chronology. Yeah, it's like how long can I scroll here? This is so nuts. But yeah, we'll run an ad break right now, and then we'll have a look up if Mr. Angry Bird has its one up. But yeah, he will cast game 2. If it goes to game 3, I will cast the third one again. So yeah, hopefully you have a fun time over there, and maybe we see us later again.